Hello friends. Aren't you lucky that sometimes when I shoot these garden strolls it happens after I've been doing some very dirty jobs in the garden. So that's what you get. Today we might have to move a little quick. I think there's big storms coming in like 20 minutes. We'll see how we do. I do, however, have two viewer postcards. Or one looks like a letter and one's a postcard. So stay tuned to the end. I was going to do those first, but in case I need to jump inside during a storm, I thought I would do those last. So let's get my face off this camera and turn it around and show you what's happening in this garden for this unedited garden stroll. And I don't know if you could hear that, but that was the sound of tonic opening up. So this will be a sip and stroll. Gin and tonic is happening. Cheers, everybody. Okay, well, the first poppy is opening and it's gonna be a super bright pink one. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of split this one open early because I couldn't wait to see what color it was gonna be. So it's looking beautiful. It's obviously gonna be a hot, well, I think it's a hot pink. Maybe that'll fade to the light pink, but I'm gonna call that a hot pink double. Rosy Teacups Dogwood. I guess, what are we on now, you guys? Certainly week 3, maybe week 4 of looking at these flowers. So this is not like, you know, serviceberry blooms for like a week. We got 4 weeks of gorgeousness happening. I will say that it's been raining quite a lot. I'm starting to get a little worried about this branch over here. I think I might go in there and give that a little bit of support because it's been sagging quite a bit. If you look closely, you will see what I like to joke about as the second flowering. This is Clematis Raguchi growing up through here. So there's the vine at the bottom and it's growing up through here. That is one of my favorite ways to grow clematis, is through stuff. Speaking of through stuff, here's Arabella. It's just the best color it's ever had. This is growing through this Allium fistulosum. I think it's a Welsh allium or something. Here's more of it over here. It kind of comes up through the ginkgo gnome there. So that is all looking pretty. I just did this planter, well, this was a week ago now, or less than a week ago. Looking fine. I haven't gone over there to water it at all because we haven't needed to water anything. I have to say this planter, which we planted up which I planted a while ago, at least a couple of weeks ago, is looking really, really good. Like, I am really digging this one a lot. This is a Kufia, which is not the same kind of Kufia that you're used to. This is one of these proven winners, new releases for next year that nobody can talk about plants. I hope I can find the tag in there so I can actually talk about it when it comes time to talk about it. But, I mean, so far, I mean, don't get mad at me, proven winners, for showing this, but I'm just gonna say, so far, what a great plant that is. So, I mean, this is right up there with my favorites for right now. I think I showed you this last week, but this is Hudson River Clematis growing through Mangave Navajo Princess. Here's another one of those Allium fistulosum. This turned out to be a shoot. I wasn't sure what this was going to be. It's just another shoot of Above and Beyond that's just kind of coming out. So I'll have to sort of strap it in a little bit. Look at how gorgeous. This is a self-seeded cheer blue delphinium. I mean, isn't that blue? You know, it fades out when it gets hot, which is unfortunate. But it's truly the best blue color I have ever seen in a plant, ever. End of story. Certainly the willows have been enjoying the rain. I do think they are noticeably bigger. They flop quite a bit in the rain, but you know what? They actually still look really nice in these pots when they do this. And those sun patients are going nuts. This is banana number 2. Hopefully you saw this planter getting done. Things are looking pretty good in it. I would say, again, very little watering has been happening. That Fiona Sunrise Jasmine is starting to go a little bit, which is great. That Tropical Sunrise Calibrachoa looks really good. And actually, I kind of love the stripe next to the stripy guacamole bromeliad. We're gonna have some more poppies over here. I can tell this guy's gonna be a purple one. So poppies are popping. These dahlias that I put in here are growing really fast. I think it's a white single, and then the other one is, oh, I'm not going to remember the name of it right now. It'll come to me, and it's in there somewhere. Does anyone want to come over and pull the stinging nettle for me? I keep looking at it only when I don't have gloves. It's no big deal to pull when you have gloves, but I react pretty badly. I think everybody does, but interesting to me that I feel like we're seeing some chlorosis in the Fizzy Mizzy Itea. I think that's just because there's been a lot of rain, so I should probably hit that up with a bit of iron or maybe a little fertilizer even. I'm trying to think of what's looking really good because I want to focus on that in case this is abbreviated. So I think last week the you guys are all screaming. My brain is processing. Well, it'll come to me. Anyway, I think this was just starting to bloom last week, but it's really going now. And it's really pretty along this pathway, even though I need to get in there and do a little editing in there. Let's walk around. I think we're gonna walk around this way, which is often the direction I take you on these walks. Really pretty Japanese painted ferns popping out there. Still, these are still trilliums here. Obviously they're done flowering, but that's still the foliage there. These hydrangeas are farther along than any other hydrangea in terms of size of flowers. This is Haas Halo. Such a beautiful, beautiful one. Oh, I finally cut down the daffodil foliage in here. Sort of weeded a little bit in here, which is nice. Got a few things to fill in some spots here. The astilbe that you see that's starting to flower here, this is Astilbe chinensis Visions. Maybe it's just Visions. Are all the Visions have a color? I'm not sure. If it is, I think it's pink, not red. Here's the feverfew. Gosh, it really is. I mean, I can't believe how much it seeded itself around, but it sure is pretty. I can't wait to cut some flowers from that because I think that's going to be so pretty. We've looked at this before, but Nepeta subsessilis blue prelude. Really, really beautiful and big. It's a really good plant. I need to get in here and get some of these lilies of the valley out of the way, but isn't Carex plantaginia just gorgeous? I love it. There's more of this blue prelude over here. And the Shasta daisies, don't ask me which one, are just starting to open here. So that'll be really pretty. It's a nice little shot of brightness there. I don't think there's much to show you in the vegetable garden. I brought the ladder over to tame the clematis, and we're gonna have to get up. If you can see, all the espaliers are way up over the fence, so I gotta stay on top of those. This area, I think this is someday gonna be really, really pretty. It's just a shade garden that just, they just need more time. So this is Brilliance fern, Diropterus brilliance, which is really, really pretty. Then we've got some Canadian ginger in here, some astilbe, a little bit of lamium. I just think this is gonna be, someday this is gonna be like one of the prettiest gardens here, I think. It's just, it's the last on the list, so it just needs a little bit of tender loving care. Okay. Lucky you guys, when you watch these videos, you get to see the stuff that hasn't shown up in a video yet. Look, I planted up, these containers. So this is the trio of containers that I have been working on. And this is a fire pit, old fire pit down here that was here last year. And then I bought these two hanging baskets from Terrain. And I planted them with all the same plants so that this would make just a really nice trio. I literally just finished that half an hour ago, so they are very, very fresh in there. So I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. I used a lot of really interesting ferns in them. Each one of them has, so this is a Himalayan maidenhair fern right there that I ordered from Seabright Gardens. First time ordering from them. They seem to specialize in shade plants. And it took a while to get my order, but holy smokes did they pack it well. This is a tongue for heart's tongue. Oh wait, this is heart's tongue fern. Anyway, that's a fern and that's a fern, and they all have those same ferns in them, and then they each have some other interesting things in them. I also put like a brake fern in the middle, which is one I overwintered. It looks real sad now, but it'll perk up. So they need some time to sort of settle in. It's the first time I've done, I've never made a hanging basket from scratch before, because I've just haven't done hanging baskets for ages. So that was interesting. Maybe we'll pop up through here. I did have to cut this hosta back a little because it was just usurping the entire walkway here. This is maybe the species of goatbeard here. It's tall and it's beautiful, and you know, I think goat spirit is unappreciated. It's really, really gorgeous back there, and it does a perfect job filling in that sort of corner back there. I don't want to show you too much of that garden because I just haven't gotten in there to do anything yet. Oh boy, are there butterflies flying around everywhere. There's a video of this, which I think I've been telling you about for 2 or 3 weeks now, that I still haven't edited. It's just kind of a long edit on this one. But there's some interesting things. I think this might be marmalade, Achillea flowering there, and we've got the Phlomis tuberosa. Someone asked me last week, what is the common name? I think it's Jerusalem sage, if I'm not mistaken. Look at this clematis. Clematis recta purpurea compacta, the short one. Look at the foliage color on that baby. I mean, that's what I'm growing it for, is that foliage color. And of course, we've got some Christophii alliums. I mean, here's my glass for comparison because I can't get my hand over there. If you look in the distance, I think you can see, well, actually here, you can see these. We didn't have to walk that far. Ambassador allium, late blooming, big purple, not huge, but like really nice solid purple. I'm gonna say Christophii, whatever I just said that was, Ambassador and Nigrum are right up there with my favorite alliums right now. This little corner still looking good. I mean, when I say still looking good, let's be clear. The slugs have been busy. Busy, 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 busy. It's just, you know, if you have this much rain, you're gonna have slugs. Oh, and we're gonna have rain in about 3 seconds here. But I do just wanna keep walking as far as I can. Look at how tall this Sanguisorba has gotten. It's over my head, you guys. 6 feet tall, I'd say. Looks like the deer have nibbled on it a little bit, which they're not supposed to do. Yeah, it was certainly not that tall last year. Some of the Nepeta is starting to flop a little, you know, so soon we will get to the point where I will cut the Nepeta back. The nice thing is that with this sort of planting that I've done here, the whole thing can get cut back and be really nice and fresh and possibly get a rebloom on it at some point. Oh, this is a rose. Beautiful creme. It's a Proven Winners variety from last year. Creme something. It's very pretty. Look at that dark foliage with the really creamy flowers. And actually, zero sign of sawfly larvae on that one. It's but which is a feat around here. Softfly larvae just plagues me. The verbascum is gonna get into flower here shortly. And here are the remnants where there were plants, but they were eaten by rabbits. This is this bush clematis that I've talked about before. I don't have a name for it. A friend gave it to me. Isn't it pretty though, mingled in there? I think that's really you can't go, I mean, blue and white, I'll take it all day long. So you can see that the climbing hydrangeas are starting to sort of wane a little bit. I mean, they're still beautiful, but they're that was peak flower last week when you saw them. As are some of the foxglove are just kind of getting to the end of their situation too. Oh, okay, so that's gonna rain and now the bugs have come. Sorry for moving the camera around. This is a very pretty view here, isn't it? With the rosy teacups dogwood and this blue globe spruce, and then we've got the chartreuse in the purple in front of it. I could do with that. Penstemon, Mystic, it's the Proven Winners one. Mystic something. Anyway, I just call it pretty. A lot of this in here is Veronica. So like this is Magic Wands, the white one, but this is, I think, like Crystal Wands. And then this pink one is a sample plant I got last year. I'd have to dig around for a label in there. And seems to really like this spot. So, and this is so pretty here where it comes up between the dark reader geranium there. I mean, everything is bigger than normal this year, just because we've just had so much rain. So everything just looks like that. All gold has never, ever, ever, ever been that big before. And it's not bleached out by the sun at all. I'm sure that's all because of rain. This is that Stand By Me clematis. I showed you that last week. This is Neptune, Nepenthes obsessilis Neptune, which I thought was supposed to be much shorter. Still pretty, but it's very tall. I don't know what that's about. All right, well that was kind of, oh here, there's a lily over here blooming. Don't ask me which one. I planted a bunch of bulbs of that ages ago. It's pretty, I like it. I'm shocked it's still standing, that the deer have not gone after it yet. Okay, it is starting to drizzle, so let me go grab mail and let's read mail quick, and we'll just take one more look at that beautiful poppy. Okay, if you are newish here and you're wondering what the heck the mail thing is about, so gosh, like a year ago, no, more than that. I invited people to send postcards or cards, whatever, from gardens that they visited to share what inspired them in those gardens. And it's been wonderful. So many people have sent things in, and I've been sharing them with all of you. Now, I would say the amount of them that I'm getting has slowed down because, like, these things, like when someone sees these, then they think to do it. And since there haven't been as many, that kind of perpetuates that. But as soon as I get them, I will absolutely read them. So this came from Chris. This is in Southern Ohio. Rainy, 80 degrees, June 5th. Erin, thought you might like the vintage postcard from Cypress Gardens. It is, oh my gosh, this is absolutely amazing. Those southern bells are stunning. Maybe you could try one near the ostrich ferns. I haven't seen any in my zone 6B, but they look a little finicky. Probably have to overwinter in a garage or basement, haha. I thought you'd like the postage and postmarks on the other cards. You inspire me to get out there and in my plot. Thanks, Chris. So yes, you guys, I am like kind of a geek about, oh, these are so great. So here's a 1-cent stamp. This was mailed on January 24th, 1950. Happens to be a blanket certificate of exemption. I don't know what that is. And then here is a 2-cent stamp. Columbus, Ohio, 1952. Another blanket exemption, but check those out. Oh, Chris, thank you so much. Love this postcard. Oh, hang on, you guys. This is a vintage postcard, so let's read the back of it. I love finding vintage postcards and seeing what people wrote. Wednesday AM, dear Mother and Daddy, we're getting ready to leave this morning and go to the beach. We all really enjoyed Disney World. Mary and Dick came over to visit us last night, and we'll probably come on down to the beach also. That is where Dick's parents' trailer is. Love, Norma. And it's sent to, this is how you know how old this is. This is from 1977. Mr. and Mrs. Raymond Pryor, McDermott, Ohio. And that's all there is. There's no street address. I mean, you gotta love that. That's fabulous. Okay, rain coming down a little more now. All right, here's another postcard. Look at that beauty right there. Oh, lupins, gorgeous. Pardon the disgusting hands, you guys. You know, you're all gardeners. You know what your hands look like. At the moment, I am looking out of the window at Rangitoto. Really? Oh my gosh, this is from New Zealand. Unbelievable. I'm like, wait, Rangitoto is the island, mountain, volcano in the middle of the Hauraki Gulf, which we spent a lot of time in back in the day. The most beautiful Michelia, I don't know what that plant is, and a gorgeous pink camellia. I saw the episode where you showed pictures of Rangitoto. I knew you were worldly. This is from Cheryl. Oh, thank you so much, Cheryl. I didn't realize this was from New Zealand. New Zealand, you guys, it is the most beautiful place in the world. It is full of the most amazing thing. The people are amazing. It takes forever to get there. Actually, it takes a full, for me, 24 hours door to door to get there. A full 24 hours of traveling. And that's with very little layovers. So you just go for a longer time and it's so worth it. Okay, thank you, Chris and Cheryl. Right, Cheryl, yes, I wanted to make sure I got the name right, for sending these. Again, you guys, if you want to send these, the address is always in the description below. Feel free to send me what inspired you in somebody's garden this year. And you know, it is getting to that time of year when there are garden tours and stuff. And I really encourage you to get out of your own garden and go see another garden. Like I always say, nothing is more inspiring to me than getting into a different garden. It's so, there's always something that kind of catches me. So, okay, fully raining. I'm gonna check out. Sorry for the abbreviated tour and sorry for the dirt, but I know you all know it too. You're probably all watching this with dirty hands too. So, cheers. Have a great day in your garden. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye, everybody.